Hi, everybody. It has been a long time. I think a month ago or almost 2 months since my last video. That shows that I have been in the thick of life. I have been fully integrated with life. I have a new job, as you all know. Well, now it's not new anymore. I'm about February. We'll make 3 months in. Um, yeah, I'm back out in the world, in the dating world, in the friend world, fully kind of integrating the spiritually expanded Kelly, the sober, spiritually expanded Kelly. A year after I found Non-Duality, I think I started this YouTube channel um, a year ago, like this month or maybe December. So it's funny to see like a year from now how are things going, and I'm essentially once again I'm living a fully integrated life now, starting to like I feel like non-duality can you know as you're learning it, if you haven't like went went through your traumas and shadow or some type of like work within the inner child part of you, then non-duality can pull you away. Kind of like finding a new religion, it can pull you away from society and whatnot while you really start to like re-examine things and your whole understanding of life, um, and then kind of calm your ego down. The ego takes a hold of non-duality even at the beginning stages if you haven't been working on your traumas and whatnot. So, which I was, but I wasn't fully. So, um, yeah, I say that to say like I feel like all of last year was really me just kind of isolating myself and learning and growing, which isn't a bad thing. Nothing is really bad or good. It was what it was. But now I've been more inviting, more open. Yeah, the seeking has slowed down, but I'm very much so aware of my behaviors and my thoughts and all the little inner child traumas that come up when things want to be heard. I'm very aware of it. The observer portion of me is very observant. I didn't know what I was gonna say in this video. Um, oh, I will say so. As you will probably know, I'm going on like my 7th month sober from drinking alcohol. I didn't do drugs, so that wasn't a thing for me. No weed. I think did I have weed in the past 7 months? I don't think so. But alcohol was the main thing. But I was toying around with like, oh, do I want to try CBD products and whatnot? So I would try certain CBD products. The last time I had tried CBD, I think was last year. This time, so crazy. And I took like 50 milligrams of Delta 8, like a gummy, and it was a terrible experience. Terrible. I had like shivers and everything. I was like, never again. And then fast forward to yesterday, literally, what built up to this was as I've been spiritually growing, I was invited to do a mushroom ceremony. I've never done shrooms before or anything like that. So I was like, oh, I kind of obtained a lot of mental knowledge about all of this stuff, like the metaphysical and the dimensions and the human reality and the matrix that we are basically kind of living in. I have a lot of mental knowledge about it, but I always, I like, we're expanding continuously. So I was curious, like, oh, the ayahuasca or any type of plant medicine, as you all see, we're kind of in that move now where this is becoming popular. So I was like, I would like to see if I can experience something physically that would integrate more so with my mental knowledge and my current state of presence right now. With that, experiencing it physically, would that just kind of expand my self, my sense of self even more, or my sense of consciousness even more? But I say that to say I took this. Last night I took a CBD gummy to see like, do I like being high? Like, especially going into an environment where I won't really know the people that's doing it. They seem like nice people, but I don't know them. So I'm like, let me see how I feel about being high. Because I haven't been high off of anything in like a year, really. So I'm like, let me just see if I even like being high off of something. I took CBD last night. I had the gummy. I took like 40 milligrams this time, maybe like 35. Terrible experience. Like right now, my head hurts, and it's a Delta 8 CBD gummy again. My head hurts. It wasn't as bad as the last time, but it's taking me. I took it 8 o'clock, almost 24 hours ago, and I'm just now kind of pulling it together. I still feel a little groggy, so no, not interested. I'm now what I've discovered is I think because it's a synthetic high, it's a gummy, it's a man-made high, whereas opposed to plant medicine isn't. So I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, but I'm assuming plant medicine that high would be a different experience. But I just wanted to see like, do I even want to mess with anything right now? I feel like I'm very early in my sobriety journey still, so I think I'm going to hold off on that. Any plant medicine, I won't say never, but I think I'll be holding off on that still, at least until I'm a year sober, just because I want to just kind of stay with this journey. So, yeah, my advice would be to, if you're trying to reach enlightenment, or you're in a non-duality community, or just in a spiritual community, and you like weed and plant medicine and CBD and stuff, I would say stick to the natural things as opposed to the unnatural things, like the man-made synthetic highs, like the candies and stuff like that. Just because I feel like that is the high is a euphoric, it's like similar to alcohol. It's a euphoric man-made high, and it's a bit too much for the body. So the come down is not natural. The come down is painful because the body is trying to get back into homeostasis, that natural balance. So I don't recommend synthetic highs. As for everything else, though, life-wise, life has been interesting. I'm looking at the non-committed sides of me now, whether it's with dating or like eating. Like I'm still trying to not eat sugar, just things of that nature. So realizing my phobia of commitment to things. And I just read a quote. I was doing some homework because I'm still in my sobriety coaching training program, and I read something that said like when a person fully decides to commit to something, like everything around them moves forward in some type of way, and then the amount of assistance the person needs, things start to happen that would have never occurred before the commitment. So a bunch of things happen to assist you once you commit to something. I guess life likes, because it's not about you anymore. You don't have a self. You are life. So I think that once you commit to something, you're agreeing to lose your sense of self fully for that path. And I think life likes that. Life likes us to lose that sense of self, that ego self, and become the whole. So I think committing to something is becoming the whole on whatever path that is. So yeah, I'm getting a new understanding of that, because now I feel, like I said, I think it went into like non-duality, opened me up to have more of a spiritual understanding of myself and life, and my kind of spiritual awakening, along with sobriety, and now integrating back into society and what I've learned, and finding the joy and kind of moving forward in joy and things I really want to do on this planet, or letting consciousness kind of expand me and showing me what needs to be done. I feel like those were the first two steps, and along with those steps comes the realization of commitment, whether that's the sacredness of marriage and a partnership, the sacredness of not eating certain things or putting certain things into my body. Like, I think that comes along with this. But this is my experience, so yeah. It's definitely an interesting ride, though. It's definitely an interesting ride. I'm doing a lot of art. I'm looking at this corner right now. I have a bunch of paintings on the floor. I went to a raku firing class, and I made like a vase, a vase. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, those are like my hobbies now. I have a fish as a pet. Like I wanted to. I feel like it's good for humans to take care of something outside of ourselves. Once again, losing that concept of self and merging with the whole. So I just knew like that's why having plants or something in the house, yes, like that is a great thing. I didn't do well with plants. Like all of my plants died, so I was like, well, what else can I do? I didn't want a dog just yet, and I went to the store. I moved along with life. The person I'm dating, we went to the store for his dog, and I was in there and I was like, oh my gosh, I need a fish. Like it was like a moment, like a light bulb moment. Like it's the perfect thing that I could just leave in my house. I don't have to take too much care of it, but it's something outside of myself that's a living thing. Um, it's meditative just to watch the fish go. So just feeding the fish, giving love to something else, keeping its water warm, buying things for the fish tank. Like it's such a funny little joyous process. So yeah, I say that to say besides art and opening up myself to life and wanting to give love to other living things, I feel like the integration part of spiritually awakening and whatnot is really it's coming along. It's coming along. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have for now. I wasn't gonna make this video, but I know once I make these videos, I feel good. So I was like, let me just make it, and then I have to do some work for work. Work is even becoming like okay, because ugh, hustle culture and more and more and more. Mm, that's all I gotta say about that. We shall see. My message to myself and whoever is watching is if you are working and you just had that reaction I had about your job as well, like just the stress of it or the uncertainty of it, make sure that you have something on the side that you're working towards, that you enjoy, or not even working towards, but that you can kind of be one with, be in the flow with, whether it's art. Mine is my little sobriety coaching program. Um, just things of that nature. Yeah. I just said little sobriety coaching program. And yesterday, this lady doing my hair let me know. She said, stop saying little. That's the unconscious behavior that I definitely have. And if you all have that, be mindful of that. Like, we say, oh, my little partner, my little program, my little side business, my little something. I don't know where that comes from. I guess the insecurity of starting something and making it a big thing. But be mindful of that as well. All right, I'm done. Have a good night. Hope you all are having a great year so far, and I shall be back. Hopefully, I make these again in every 3 weeks like I've been doing before, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.